Good day, guys. As you all know me as a mentor, Nasdaq Ninja. So, guys, okay, so I wanted to wait until maybe we have like 50 people here so that we can allow everyone into the class, you understand, so that we can start. And then once we have 50 people, we begin with the teaching and everything. Others will join during the process, understand? Uh, and I think I'm late with 11 minutes, which is my mistake, but then the class I will begin rather than that. So, guys, today we're going to talk about analysis, how to analyze the chart, understand? So this thing is actually like a weekly trading plan. So the basics that I have gave you guys, okay, if you knew, obviously, maybe you knew to the basics and everything, we're still going to teach those basics again and again and again and again until you understand them, you understand? But then if you didn't catch those classes, you can always get a link for Telegram and go preview the other videos and check. It's not like it's an introduction. No, those are basics, the key of the market, you understand? Those are like your tools, what you need into the market. It's not something that actually once you become my student, you're no longer a newbie. Now you're no longer a newbie, you're a forex trader. So from today, don't tell yourself that you're a newbie. Even if you blow your account, you're not blowing your account because you're a newbie. No, you're a forex trader. Understand? You are a forex trader. So this is what I want you guys to do, and this is what I want you guys to tell yourself from today. What you do from today, you tell yourself that you are a forex trader. You're not a beginner. Understand? Once you start achieving that, that's when you'll start making more money and more cash. Understand? So today we're gonna be going for the chart, straight with the chart and analyzing the chart. Remember, you need to understand the form of patterns. We're gonna start by talking about patterns. Actually, I want you guys to understand few patterns which can actually give you a direction of the market. Understand? Like I always say, I like trading reversal patterns. You can consider yourself trading reversal and continuation patterns. I only trade one continuation pattern. So nonetheless, there's no one which I ever thought about candlestick. Candlestick will come next week, Sunday. That's when we're going to talk about candlestick. Actually, I want you guys to be aware of certain candlesticks that will change the direction. Candlestick that can tell you which direction are we actually taking at the moment. The reason sometimes when we enter, we use margin call is due to the candlestick formation. You understand? There are certain candlestick formation which we understand, which is like evening star, morning star, pin bar, engulfing. So those are basics, the one that I use. And there is unshaven candlesticks. So those are sorry about that, guys. It's my network. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna switch to another Wi-Fi. I'm gonna switch to another Wi-Fi. I'm gonna switch to another Wi-Fi, guys, so that we can begin. Let me quickly switch on the other Wi-Fi because this one, it seems like it's bad now. Sorry about that. Yeah, guys, this one is the best Wi-Fi. I don't think we're gonna be experiencing a problem. This one is fine. I've been using it for too long. So like I was saying, guys, candlestick we're gonna talk about this week. So guys, these things, guys, are actually like, I don't want you guys to have that attitude of saying you don't use a trend line, you don't use whatever. You need to use everything, understand? You need to use support and resistance. You need to be aware of what is diagonal support and resistance, what is the candlestick, what is the pattern, you understand? Once you get to understand those things, there is no one in the market who will tell you otherwise, understand? Because this is the only key. Once you start choosing, you start limiting yourself. But once you start knowing everything, that's when you start killing every movement. For me, I trade every day, Monday to Friday. For other traders, they only trade on the specific moment when their strategy is being respected, and which is a problem. You understand? I want you guys to trade every day. You understand? Every day. What you do, you just go to the tools, apply tools, half by half, then they'll tell you everything about the process. Understand? So guys, and the funny part and the good part about smart trade is that the 3 months mentorship haven't yet begin. You know why? Because we're still accepting new students, but that is a benefit for you all, because once we begin with the 3 months sessions, you all gonna be having a limited of 3 months to know everything. But now you're still enjoying, we're teaching you guys everything. You haven't yet have the limitation. You understand? The month that have passed, we're not counting it, and this month we're not gonna count it. Once we close the special, that's when we're gonna say now the 3 months begin. You understand? Already you will be aware of a lot of things, you'll be knowing a lot of things. Let's say this one we are at now, it's a preschool. You understand? You are at preschool, but you are at preschool with the high school knowledge. You understand? So once we are at high school with the limitation of 3 months, that's when you're gonna be killing the market. You understand? We're gonna be introducing a lot of things, live trading. You understand? We're gonna be going classes with students teaching us. That's all I'm gonna be learning from you guys, from what I have taught you, because there are some few students which are showing me their feedbacks, and which are probably like, I like those feedbacks, guys. If you killing it, show me how you killing it. You understand? Because you motivate me, and the more you show me, the more I become more confident with my strategy. You understand? So nonetheless, today I just want to show you guys quick patterns. Understand? So those patterns, I'm gonna be drawing them here on the board, and then we're gonna be taking them on the chart. So the patterns that I want you guys to understand, it's actually a double bottom, it's actually double bottom. So obviously double bottom is something that most of the people ain't aware of, because you always have to enter on the neckline, but not when you're trading with me. You don't enter on the neckline when you're trading with me. You enter before the market makers can know you are gonna enter. So your entry point is gonna be here when the market comes. You understand? So most of the people like asking me about fundamental. So fundamental is simple, guys. Fundamental, you always go for the zone to zone. You understand? So if the market once reversed here, what you're gonna do is that you're gonna create your simple zone here. You know that if the market touches here during fundamental, you're gonna be entering your entries. Understand? You don't enter when it takes your direction, you keep on entering. You enter when it manipulates you, you keep on entering, because at the end of the day, it will come here. When you exit here, that's when I'll be saying exit, guys, exit, and then you exit your proper profit. The next thing Nasdaq Ninja is checking buys. Why? Because I'm using zone to zone during fundamental, nothing else. Understand? On Nasdaq. So here you can take your entry point as buy, and then at the point here, you can actually like put your stop loss here. So in most cases, they will say, let the market manipulate you. But I always say on the first touch, you can't just pass without a water gauge. Understand? You can't just pass. So here you're gonna be having your stop loss. You're gonna be having your stop loss. And then your take profit has to be on the zone as well. Here you're gonna be having your take profit. This is your TP. Understand? So at the end of the day, what we actually analyze is that for the market to move from this point to this one, but for me to be here, I'll be enough with the profit. At the end of the day, guys, if the market passes the zone like this one here, let's say you're on your H1 time frame, the market passes the zone. When it passes the zone and then reverse, don't be thinking of fakey breakout in your head. Relax. Don't be thinking of that. You go to a 1 minute time frame and 5 minutes time frame. Here it will be a rejection that comes here. You understand? But on 1 minute time frame, it will be retesting. On 5 minutes, it will be retesting. You're gonna be re-entering your buys here. Then you're gonna be hitting your take profit here. This is what you're not being taught, because what you're gonna wait for the market to hit here and come back here. Check the distance. Check the distance. Check the distance. The distance, it's profit, and it's proper profit. You understand? So what you can do, it's simple. When the market comes back here with the sort of rejection, once it touches, you enter at the smaller time frame, you milk. You know, from this movement to this one, I'm gonna be begging like a lot. Understand? So this one, it's a double bottom. If you don't understand it, guys, we'll keep. You can ask question on it. We'll keep you updated on them. Which time frame do you confirm our entry points? Guys, when it comes to entry points, it doesn't matter the time frame. Like I'm saying here, due to the rejection, you're gonna see a rejection and you're gonna confirm on a bigger time frame. The next in the market, it's here. There is what I call same time retest, which is happen on a smaller time frame like M5, M15, and M1, depending on when you go by reducing where the process of rejection is. If you're on an H1, obviously gonna be having a rejection. It's obviously gonna be having a rejection as well on M30. And then let's say on M15, you're not having a rejection, you're having a candlestick that it's reversing. That candlestick will be your entry point. Once it touches the support, your plug, it will be your entry point. Simple as ABC. You get most of the people when always they enter entries, they lose. You know why you lose when you enter entries? Is because you enter at the wrong position. You don't enter when the market is buying if it's not a continuation pattern or any rejection. Understand? I trade based on experience. So guys, I'm not gonna talk about head and shoulder today, but I'm gonna talk about continuation pattern. So continuation pattern, it's like this. It's an impulse correction, impulse correction. You know that. So it's like this. This. So I always tell people that the only thing that advises me to take a direction is the position of the market, the shape. You can't give me this shape. The next thing I'm expecting selling opportunity. I'm gonna be expecting selling opportunities if I'm here. If I'm here, I know it's a buying opportunity, guys. There is no way I'll be coming back to the bottom. You understand? So this one, it's an impulse correction, impulse movement. So nonetheless, like I said, guys, I'm not here for pattern. I'm here for how can you actually analyze your chart and understand your chart, understand in any form. So I'm going to analyze NASDAQ and US30. And you guys gonna pick one thing that you want me to analyze. Anything you just pick, we analyze that thing in order for us to understand that those basics can actually work everywhere. We can remove what is this, indices. We can go for currencies or cryptocurrencies. You understand? You're gonna be you guys choosing which one we can analyze. So nonetheless, let's go to the chart because this is the basic thing we need. I'm gonna remove everything here and then everything on NASDAQ. So strictly, guys, I'm gonna be using zone, trend lines, and then I'm gonna be using what? You understand? I'm gonna be using what I have taught you: zones, trend lines. The patterns will be here as well considered. Like this one, it's a down pattern here. It will be considered as well, but during the process of what is it that we're gonna be doing during the week, you understand? So we're gonna be applying what we have talked about. So that next week, when we re-talk about those things, others should be knowing how to apply them. Understand? We don't want to leave you guys behind. Now we have to go to the zone, teach you the zone, go back to no. Now we're telling you how to apply those things. And then next week, we're going back to the same things. We're teaching you guys, and then you understand. So you hear me? At this point, I'm not talking about major key, the last week class. You know why I'm not talking about the major key? I don't see any major trend. So if I don't see no major trend, I don't see no major key. So I don't see no most of continuation position that I'm going to be holding. But once I see a major trend, that's when I'm going to be saying, now I have my major key. Simple as ABCD. So nonetheless, remember NASDAQ, I like checking it from H4 because when I unzoom my chart, I'll be already on my daily time frame. So I'm going to take it from H4 straight, no lies. So from this point, guys, when you enter the chart, understand? So those basics, it's when you analyze. When you enter the chart, every chart, you start from a higher time frame. You can start from a daily time frame, depending on how you understand the market. But I always say it will depend on the view when you unzoom the chart. It will tell you if you need the daily time frame or not. The reason I don't need the daily time frame is because of one thing, guys. If I were to plot a trend, I'm gonna be plotting a trend that I can't reach. And based on the theory on NASDAQ, I mean, like based on theory of the book, NASDAQ doesn't respect most of the thing when it comes to selling because the momentum of it, I don't feel like it's more on selling. Yes, we do sell, the market sell, but if I were to draw the trend and the breakout, why don't we reach the bottom part? I don't know why. Understand? That one is the market thing. Understand? So at the end of the day, don't forget your previous price. You need to always create your previous price. So remember, this is our upper trend here. This is our upper trend here. This is our upper trend. So obviously, once you start considering an upper trend, you need to understand what is it that will make us to go to the top if we're having a trend like this. That's the first thing first, you understand? So I will say the first thing first that will apply me to go to the top, it's a major trend. I had a major trend in the past. Why shouldn't I have a major trend in the future? You understand? So you see this point, there's a build-up of a trend. This is the first point that will be build up in a trend. But what I understand about a trend is that obviously, what is this? The lower low has to be at the bottom. We'll get to that topic sooner. So if you can check here, we're gonna be creating our highest point, and then we're gonna be creating our lowest point. And then I'm gonna be creating my current lowest point. So I will only create 3 things here. I'll only create this ones. Actually, not 3. Actually, I'll create as many as possible, but the other ones I'm gonna be reflecting them with the rectangle. So this is what you do when you get to the chart. You just do those things, guys. These things, they will make sense. Trust me, they will make sense at the end of the day. The market respects these things. There is nothing else that it's respecting currently other than these things, understand? So I'm gonna be putting my support here as well. And guys, this is Nasdaq, guys. There's no way it wouldn't reach this position. If I can ask you a question, most of you might not know, but I know, understand? Here we're not having a down bottom. I'm not gonna count the previous one, I'm gonna count the current one, you understand? We need to touch it in order for us to go up. There is no way we'll touch them. So what I want you guys to understand here is the position of understanding of the market, understand? Once you have something like this, once you have something like this, let me unzoom the chart. Let me actually reset the zones. Yes. So once you have something like this, it's obviously here you once had a zone here. I'm gonna put it here. You had a zone here, which actually you didn't retest on it. You didn't retest. The bigger time frame didn't retest, but obviously closed outside it. Obviously means the bigger time frame has to be the one which is gonna be retesting on it. If it didn't close, was rejecting, that's when I was gonna be considering myself using smaller time frame. So I need this position. So I'm gonna be using the rectangle time frame, tool like this. So at this position here, I'll be taking my selling opportunities. When the market reaches here, I will be taking my selling opportunities. The reason I have covered the whole peaks is with inside this position, I'll be entering entries. Once it touches here, I'll be entering entry of sell in the step. And I have best belief that when the market opens, it will be buying from this position to this one. There at the top, that's when I'm going to be considering myself taking selling opportunities. And then I'm going to be doing the 90% rule at this position. So what I like about 90% rule is that anytime it touches here, I'll be taking opportunities, understand? So that's the key part. So already I have 3 positions where I'm going to take my entries. When the market opens, I'm going to be taking my buys here. Understand? So this is my first point. And I always say on the first plane, you need to pass. If you fail on your first plane, then it's a problem. And then I'm going to be taking my sells here. Understand? And then I'll take my other buy here. So it means the market has to move here to here and then to here. You can wait for it to touch and then take it to this point. It's simple. Understand? It's a matter of understanding. What is it that you understand? I'm on an H4 time frame. These things that I'm covering here, they're basically the strongest currently. I haven't went to the smaller time frame. It's fine. Now we're going into this. We're taking it to 60-minute time frame. As much as you can see, the last candlestick is a sort of candlestick pattern. Understand? It's a bullish candlestick that I have closed. It gave us a more confident of gonna taking buying opportunities at this certain point here. But we know once we touch here, it's either we're gonna break or we're gonna retest, go to the bottom. Once we break, that's when you're gonna be considering yourself taking buying opportunities. But obviously, You will be putting your stop loss here. You're gonna be on your selling position. Once you hit your stop loss, that's when you consider yourself taking another position. Now you're buying. Understand? You're buying. Understand? So that's how it is. It's all about the plan. You need to know that here you're gonna be waiting for last candlestick to close as a bearish. That's when you're gonna be entering your selling position. Understand? So nonetheless, let's continue. Let's begin with the process. As you can see, like I said here, we're gonna be taking buys. Obviously, you need more confidence. Why are you gonna be taking buys? I think I have a support at this position, which made the market to reverse. So it's allowed for me to say I can take a buy to this position. So we can put it like this. I can take a buy from this position, and then this buy can come here. There's possibilities of the market to do what? Let's remove this one. So it's all about the trap, guys. I always tell people that there is a point whereby the market shouldn't touch, and then the market does this, and then at the end of the day it comes here. That's when we can consider ourselves coming to the bottom. That's simple. Don't let the market manipulate you. You understand? So once you have your support like this, it's done. You understand? At the end of the day, you want to trade 3 times a day, 2 times, or once. You understand? I trade analysis and I trade times. Understand? I trade in the morning around London session, and then I trade around 12 when the market opens, and I'm gonna trade on New York session around 3:30. But those things you shouldn't touch during the process. If you know, in order for you to be patient, you need to have your own time, right? But obviously, you need the point whereby the market shouldn't touch. If you touch at this certain point, I'm gonna be executing certain movements, you know, because I want you to understand, why do I trust this point? Understand, like this one. Why do you trust this point? It's a question that you're asking yourself. This point here once created this movement. This whole movement once created by this point. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna remove it. This point once created this second movement from the other one creation. Understand? Let's take it from this point. You created this movement. Understand? You created that movement. So it's obviously at this certain point, bro, you are the strongest at the moment. You once created the sales. What is it that shouldn't give me confidence that once I touches here, I'm gonna be selling? Based on what you have created, you created big movement, you have stopped big movement. Obviously, this is just a small movement moving from here to here. There is possibilities of this person to create a bigger movement, but there is a way of you stopping the big movement. Do you understand? So this is what you need to respect. You need to respect based on the previous part. You understand? This thing is simple once you get to understand it. The same position once created a big movement here. It's the same position. Why wouldn't we create a big movement going to the bottom? Why? Because we passed it. It's obviously, we once failed to pass it here, we went to the top. We came back again, we went to the top. What is it that will not make us to pass it at this moment? You understand? Those are questions that you need to be asking yourself. Those are questions that you need to be asking yourself. What is it that will then make it us to pass the position at the moment? You understand? Because at the moment, we're looking for us to not pass this. There's a zone. Like I always say, I'm at my zone. When you're at your zone, you're at your zone. There's nothing that's gonna stop you. You understand? So apparently now, I think we've covered everything that you see on the analysis. That's when you can consider yourself going to 30 minutes time frame. You want to check what is it that going on 30 minutes. Understand? Let's reset the chart so that we can understand it. Okay, that's still the same thing. So once we touch here, we executed our buy. If you're still holding, you're safe. At the end of the day, when the market gaps up, we're gonna be taking buys for retest. You understand? It's sort of like a retest. Once we retest there, we're gonna be looking for selling opportunities. I think those selling opportunities can occur around 3 a.m. in the morning. You understand? 3 a.m. in the morning. It can occur, and I'm gonna be inside, and I'm gonna be sending signals if you won't be sleeping. We're gonna be killing the market. So this is how you see if you're gonna be having a good week or a bad week. Based on analysis, already I see a good week ahead of all of us. Understand? So now, due to that, we have already like covered everything. You know, you're gonna be entering buys here. You know you're gonna be entering sales here. You know you're gonna be entering buys here. Already you have a plan, points which you shouldn't touch. If you touch this position, I'm gonna be executing. If you touch the top position, I'm gonna be executing. That's your plan. That is the time frame. There is no time frame that you're gonna get rather than that. Understand? Those ones are the time frames. Understand? Those ones are the time frame. So nonetheless, I think now let's go back to H4 time frame and see what is it that we have done. Okay, this is the whole plan, this is the whole process, this is the whole plan, this is the whole process. Now we can do what? We can go to another time frame, but from this position we buy here, we sell. If we come here, we're gonna be buying. Don't buy here on the second touch, because the more the market touches the support, I feel like it's the more it disrespected. You understand? Most of the people say the more it touches, it shows the power of it. Now, the more you touch it, is the more you're disrespecting the point. Understand? Because at the end of the day, you're gonna pass. But on the first touch, you're not actually disrespecting. We know we haven't been aware of the market passing the point. Understand? So that's the key part. That's the key part. So now we're gonna be jumping on US30. Gonna be jumping on US30. Let's quickly unzoom the chart. So this is the whole thing you have. Obviously, the reason I'm looking for selling opportunities because I came back here, retested, came back to retest. Now I'm going here. I know there's no way I'm gonna be going to the top without touching these points here. You know why? These are the same points that took me to the top. So why wouldn't I be stopped by anything that comes to their way? You understand? I have to be stopped somewhere here. So I'll be coming back here because of recreating a major trend as well. You understand? So nonetheless, guys, let's go to USDT. Yeah, so this is USDT, guys. Like I said, guys, you're gonna pick the third one. Which one should we actually analyze? Understand? Which one we should actually analyze? Let me quickly check something on my device here. So guys, the first thing first that you have to do, you remember, you need to create your highest point on an H4 time frame. You create your highest point. Remember, you analyze everything that you see, guys. You create your highest point and your current lowest point. I mean your lowest point and then your current lowest point. It's somewhere here. Let's see. Don't be fooled by people saying Nasdaq and USDT are the same. No, analysis are the one that can become the same sometimes, but sometimes they're not the same. Understand? So I'm gonna be adding another resistance here. I think they're fine, guys. I don't want to create a lot of them because it's gonna confuse you all. So let's reset the chart. We're firstly gonna take it on H4. So you're gonna see how nice this thing is gonna be. So once you add this position, you wanna create a simple thing here. So I'm gonna create a support here. Already you see a different thing, you understand? I think the mindset of you guys saying this thing is the same, it's off currently because you see a different thing. Understand? I see a different thing, you know, due to you can see that on an H4 time frame, it came back to the top, you know, which can actually consider more buying opportunities due to the gap. You understand? We can have an upper gap which will later cover, but at the moment I'm looking for buying opportunities. Like on Nasdaq, still I'm looking for buying opportunities, and then I'm gonna take my trend from this point here. Okay, 90% rule already occurred. It's obvious we're gonna be taking buying opportunities. Just talk to your analysis. You don't have to care who says what. The analyst is gonna tell you everything that you wanna know. The only way we can pass this position is when we break this trend. Okay, I'm gonna remove this text. I written it by mistake. You see, when you break this trend, that's when you're gonna consider self-retesting here, then going to the bottom. Understand? Let me quickly check something. Yeah. So as much as you can see, once it retested there, that's when it can go to the top. You understand? At the end of the day, yeah, I'm still looking for selling opportunities, but at the moment, I'm looking for buying opportunities. Maybe I'm gonna get my hardest sell there. Understand? So obviously, but at the end of the day, let me quickly fix this point here. Maybe I can come here, then retest on the smaller time frame, then the next thing I'll be dropping. So actually here I just want to actually build you guys, like you need to do traps, understand, points whereby you're going to be entering. So yes, now I'm going to remove this point here, and then I'm going to remove this one as well. So now we're going to actually apply our first point. We're going to be entering buying opportunities here. We buy. Let's say you lose. It's not the end of the day. You're going to be hitting your stop loss somewhere here. You come back again, you plug another trap again. It's obviously the market can take you out at the end of the day buy. You say once it touches here, I will execute sales. It touches there, you sell, it takes your direction. Now you recover the losses you took here. You're on the profit side. Let's say it didn't go there, it broke this position and then came back and retest. You take sales, you recover. You understand? So those are the part of the process. So you need to plan your trade, plan your losses. How much losses can I uptake here? How much profit can I make here? Remember, you need to make more profit than the losses, because the more you make more losses, the more you're not going to see any improvement. That's fine. So this analysis that I'm doing now, I'm not going to recreate them. This is the same analysis that I'm going to use the whole week. You understand? The whole week. So as much as you can see here, we don't have no choice rather than to go. Let me create my third touch first. Understand? I need to create my third touch, guys. I need to, the point that I know if I touch, I'm going to be selling diagonally. I'm going to take it from this point here because I only use the two touches. So I need only those ones. Obviously, most of you see a wedge. I'm not going to say this is a wedge because I'm not actually applying this based on this. I'm applying this based on the top side and the lower side. Hope you all understand it. So now we're going to go to 60 minutes time frame. We check what is it that is going to happen here. Like, guys, you already have a confirmation. Candlestick closing on a bullish candlestick. Understand? So most of the people can ask me a question, and which is a beautiful question. Why you don't think that this market won't retest there? What is it that have I touched? It's the biggest, strongest thing. It's stronger than the point that I'm going to touch here. The diagonal support is stronger than this point. That's when I'm going to say, I need to respect this one. I'm not going to be disturbed by the other one. Why? Check where did we get this point. Instead, let me bring that back. Moved it by mistake. Understand? So it's obviously, I know that the market, if the market gaps up here completely, I'll be saying now I'm gonna be taking buying opportunities. The market gaps up. Sometimes you just let it go up. Once it goes up and see that once it closes somewhere here, execute buys. Execute buying opportunities. That's when you're going to see that the market really moves. Let's check. Like I told you, we need a bearish candlestick in order for us to take bearish movement. If the market gives us a bearish movement, that's when we're going to be taking a bearish movement. But now we have the previous candlestick. It's a bearish. It's a bullish, I mean. So we need to be following the candlestick movement. So let's go to 30 minutes time frame. So the last candlestick on 30 minutes time frame, it's a bearish. Understand? That's where you start doing what? Sticking around. You no longer understand what is it that's going on. Let me show you the tricky part. Check the last candlestick before the bearish one. It passed the zone. There was a zone here. It passed. This one, there's a high possibility of it being retesting. How can you see the retest? We're going to say 5 minutes now. You can see that this candlestick here. Let me remove this one so that you can see what is it that we're talking about. Even this one I'm going to remove. We're going to bring it back, but for now we're going to remove. So if you can check, the candlestick did what? Passes, and then now it's doing what? It's retesting. Understand? It's retesting. It's obviously when you go to a smaller time frame, you need to readjust this thing to this position here. That's when you're going to see that this point is doing what? It's retesting. The next thing we'll be doing what? We're going to be pushing to the top. There is no a perfect time frame. You need to understand your time frames. Understand? Already here we see a falling wedge. Understand? We see a falling wedge here. I'm going to take it here. Or maybe I should put it here. Yeah, I think here it's fine. Yeah, so once we break here, that's when we're going to be saying what? Now we're pushing to the top. It's only 5 minutes. Wait for 2 candlesticks to break there. You consider yourself taking, selling, buying opportunities. But if it breaks these zones here, you see these zones, smaller zones here, that's when you're going to consider yourself taking, selling opportunities. You don't just enter anywhere. You need to have a plan. You need to plan, okay, it's fine. If you break here, I'm not going to be buying. If you break here, I'm going to be buying. It's on. It's on. Let me refix this this chart here. I think it's no, it's valid. Once it breaks here, you know that you're gonna be executing the buying opportunities. That's all, guys. There's nothing different about that. So, guys, you can type me what I can reanalyze, what I can analyze. The third one, then our session, I guess, for today will be done. Anything, guys, you can text anything, understand? So I'm gonna go with the ratio of the highest thing that you guys have analyzed. So I'm gonna leave this thing here. So on analysis, I'm gonna re-show you guys these things. Yeah, you can talk.
Wait, my bro.
Yeah, sure.
Wait, do you mind if we go to the daily time frame on US30?
Okay, I got no problem doing that. So on the daily time frame, what is it that I'm gonna be doing? Analyzing or?
Yeah, analyzing. I want you to start US30 on the daily time frame.
That's cool. It's fine, guys. Let's check it from a daily time frame. I feel like there will be no different, but then nonetheless, I'm gonna be doing it from the higher time frame, daily time frame, like daily. So let me unzoom this chart from the lowest point. So one thing about me, guys, I'm not gonna create a support from this point here. It's crazy because I know that the market won't reach there unless if we have another pandemic. Understand? And then the other part is that I'm not gonna create a trend from this point here to the top side. Understand? The only way I can create this one is if I'm gonna create the higher one. So if I fail to create the highest one at the top, then I'm not gonna create it. Trust me, I'm not. So it's gonna be like this. So for me, for my trend to be like this, guys, it's already invalid. Understand? So I'm gonna remove it. And then I'm gonna remove this point. It's still, I'm gonna use the same method, guys. Hence, I don't like using a daily time frame. It's because I know I'm gonna actually cater this position, and as well, I'm gonna cater this position as well. So here it means I'm gonna use this one. Ninja. So I use daily time frame when it's time to use daily time frame. When it's not the time, I feel like currently it's not the time. I feel like at this moment here, it's sort of like a correction. Then we're gonna be having an impulse movement as well.
Would you say that we have a double top at the top, at the nearest current structure?
The double top were here.
No, the next higher low, the next lower high. Sorry, go to current structure. Yeah, there. Would you say that we have a double top there?
Let me check. Let me put my zone first and then reset. Now we don't have it. On daily time frame, we don't. I don't know on the smaller time frame. Do you see it?
Yeah. I see it.
Let's say on H4, let's see if we do have a double top. Now we don't have it on H4 as well. Yeah, we don't have it as well on H4. It's obviously on H1. I know it's there because I can see from those two candlesticks have really touched each other. Yeah, we can say now we have it on a daily time, on an what is this, H1 time frame. But let's go back to the daily time frame. So what is it that actually that you wanted to see from the daily time frame?
Now, I just wanted to see if the structure is also like selling on the daily time frame.
Oh yeah. I can see.
Like from the higher structure, like the daily would be like, you know, we have a double top at the top there, and then we might actually have a pullback and then a continuation of the sell.
Yeah. So the reason I'm gonna be saying that we're still gonna be selling is one thing. So if you can check the previous chart, we did have a major trend that took us to the bottom. We don't have a major trend that is taking us to the top. So hence I say we need to create a major trend in order for us to go to the top. Simple as ABCD. So yeah, you can pick anything, guys, anything. Anything that's
Ninja.
Yeah.
Can you analyze the Euro JPY?
Euro JPY. Okay, you at least if anything pairs with JPY, it's gonna be simple. Let's go for it. Euro JPY. It's gonna be simple. Trust me. Is it Euro JPY? Okay, so because guys, this one it's a currency. I'm not gonna start from an H4 time frame. I'm gonna actually take it to the weekly time. So I have things that I use on a currencies. I do go for a weekly time frame. Already I see a beautiful correction and an impulse. So that's when I start saying the shape of the market already told me the direction of the market. So let me do this. Already I see a sort of like an impulse correction movement here. So this is the first thing first that I do, guys. I check what is it that I'm actually seeing, the possibilities. I see that, no, from this position, I might break that top side and move to the top. But that's how I'm actually assuming the chart, but haven't yet analyzed the chart. So what is it that I have to do now? Analyze the chart. So we're going to unzoom the chart from the lowest point. Understand? We're going to unzoom the chart from the lowest point. Then we're going to remove everything. So from this point, we're going to create our highest point and lowest point. Remember, you're not going to use a weekly time frame to enter entries. Yes, it's possible, but I don't use it. I don't want to blow my account due to the rejection of a weekly time frame because my account will be the smallest ever in the weekly time frame. So you can see now I'm creating my zones, and then I'm going to create another one here. And then I'm going to create another one here. And then another one, I think it's going to be here. Then I'll be done with the zones. So after, I'm going to create my structure. So my structure, it will be based on the touches of a trend. So I'll be doing this. So I don't forge anything. I go how the market goes. It's fine. We broke this position. We understand that the power of us pushing to the top is high already. So we're going to create the lower one, even though for now we're not going to use it. So let me take it. I don't know where. Should I put it here? Yeah, it's fine. I think anywhere from here, it's fine. That's cool. So I'm not going to use the lower one. I'm going to be using the top side. So I'm going to reset the chart now. So after resetting the chart, I need to understand that basically here, it was a sort of like a retest at this position here. This was my retest. This was my retest. So quickly, So from this position on the weekly time frame, this is what you see. You understand? There's everything here. You can name everything that you created and create and name them as this is from a weekly time frame. This is what. You understand? It's advisable as well. You understand? But at the end of the day, that makes you to not forget where did you create certain things. Understand? So from this point, you can see that here, then we broke out here. We actually having a correction and an impulse. So if you want to invest from currencies here, you can invest once it touches here, then you take a buy. This is the point that I'm believing that we're going there. The end of the day, it's currencies. So now we're gonna go to the following one, which is what the daily time frame. Daily time frame. So guys, currencies you need to hold. If it's currencies, guys, there's not an indices. You hold here. I don't want people who trade currencies like indices. Here you hold. Understand? Because it's currencies at the end of the day. You analyze, you make sure that you kill. It's a done deal. It's a beautiful thing. As much as you can see here, we had at our bottom on a daily time frame, which got respected, came back, retested on the same zone, then went to the top side. But we're not going to be using the previous chart. We're using the current one. So the question is, which direction are we going to be taking? At this certain point here, there's nothing that I believe than creating a trend here. So let me clone this trend to the lower part. It's simple. So at the end of the day, obviously you can't just jump here and then enter buying opportunity, selling opportunity. Last candlestick matters. Then I'm going to create my simple zone here. Then that's when I'm going to consider myself going to H4 time frame. So already I have my structure. I have everything that I need here. Most of the thing I have them. So technically, I feel like here we're going to be taking buying opportunities due to the market opening session. I feel like the market will be buying from this position because this position was the only position that I was going to be taking buys due to the rejections here. Unless if it were to retest here, but we're still going to go further more to the bottom. And then I'm going to create my major key. It's simple. Took it from the major because it's from the daily. The correction is from the daily time frame, so it's advisable for me to take the major key. Even in the previous chart, it was possible for you to do what, to take the major key, but check the retest where it retested on the trend. It was advisable for you to do what, do the same thing, take the major key as much as the market was doing what, going furthermore to the top, like at this certain point. So as much as you can see, we took our major key here. We can see that, okay, it's fine. Let's say you were to arrive into the chart. You are going to be using the trend breakout retest here and then pushing to the top. We're going to 60 minutes time frame. As candlestick matters. So how are you going to be entering your buys? If you were to enter buys, the zones, this candlestick 1, 2, understand? We failed to break the zone. We failed. So as much as we keep on failing, you can't enter your buy. You need to enter your buys once we break. That's when you're going to be entering your buys, when we break the zone. But as much as we failed, you're not going to be entering a buy. Let's say the candlestick comes out, closes on a bearish. Yes, you're allowed to enter selling opportunities. But if we break the zone, you no longer become allowed to enter those ones. But don't let the market manipulate you. We're going to break it. There's a retest, comes to the top, break this position, push up, then we'll be moving to the top. So that's my view for this one, guys. This is my view, guys. If it was me, I was gonna be taking buying opportunities because of the area that it's inside. For me, it's buying opportunities there. So we can analyze another thing as well.